New swing student at People's Golf Club, and what I'm going to discuss is, so basically I'm going to, over the next few weeks, I'm going to do a beginner's golf guide on how to get the club properly, how to aim properly, and how to do other aspects of the golf swing. But anyway, the first thing I'm going to talk about today is how important the grip should be, so how to hold the club correctly. So that's probably, we have, the only connection we have with the golf club is how we position our hands in relation to the golf club. So the grip is the steering wheel of the golf club, so anything that we do wrong within grip will affect the club face aim. So what we need to do is try and focus on how we grip the club correctly. So if I was to get into a position, so the logo on the glove is a good reference point to use in order for us to achieve a neutral grip. So if I was to get into a position where I was to have quite a strong grip, that would make the club face point left. And if I was to have quite a weak grip where I see null knuckles on the left hand, that would make the club face open slightly. But anyway, there is no correct grip, it's how we perceive it, how we deliver the club head into the ball at a square position each time and strike. A lot of golfers have quite a strong grip, but that relates to getting their hips out of the way as cut as possible in order to stop the club face going to the left. So what we need to do is start off with the left hand. So if I was to start off with my left hand, or my left hand position, that's the control and steering apparatus of the golf swing. So this left wrist controls everything that happens in the golf swing. The right wrist isn't as important as the left. So if we get the left hand on the club properly, the right wrist should sit in the correct position. So left wrist, if I was to point that, my left hand should point in the way slightly, so it's almost through the fingers. So we need to replicate this all the time, so it's more through the fingers, so it's diagonal from our fourth finger all the way through our pinky. So if I was to grip the club like that, then obviously trigger finger straight through the pad of the trigger finger, but diagonally. So the heel pad on my hand, this part of the hand, can be on top of the golf club. So I close the hand now. So if you look me down the line, so I'll create a V between the forefinger and the thumb. That should point to my right eye. So we want to see maybe 2 or 3 knuckles on that left hand. So the V should point to the right eye. So 2 knuckles. If I was to turn my left hand over where I can see 3 knuckles, then that V would point outside my right eye, and that's what we would call a strong position. So what we need to do is try and get, obviously, our fingers to wrap around the club, left thumb to point maybe directly. So we want a left thumb, not necessarily directly down the golf club. We want the right thumb, or the left thumb, sorry, more towards the right hand side of the grip. So we want to strive for a slightly stronger position. So we need to close the hand. So in order to achieve a square club face, we need to try and get the left hand in a good position. So as I was saying, forefinger, club goes through the forefinger and more to the index finger. Close the hand, should say 2 or 3 knuckles. So in order to achieve any sort of success, we need to try and have a specific grip. We need to understand our grip. There's too many golfers I see who change their grip all the time, and that affects the way the club face orientation throughout impact. So we need to try and get in a comfortable position. I'm not too bothered about how you grip it, if you hook the ball, if you slice the ball. As long as it's comfortable to you, then you'll be able to work into a good position to manipulate it. Anyway, I would try and say you should see maybe 2 or 3 knuckles in the left hand, thumb pointing slightly down the left hand side of the grip, V pointing to the right eye, close hand, and that my hand should feel secure. So you need to determine what grip that you adopt. So is it strong or is it too weak? Is your club face open, is your club face closed? So now we're going to talk about right hand. So the right hand should run in tandem with the left hand. So if we grip the left hand correctly, then the right hand should just fall on top of the left hand. So the left hand, or the grip, affects the club face aim. That is the most important influencer on the grip. The club face aim is dictated by the grip. So what we need to do is feel like the middle of the hands, the club. So if I put my left hand on first, my right hand should go right on top. So my left thumb should go almost through the fingers of the right hand. So if I grip that properly, I want the thumb on the right hand to point down the right hand side of the grip sleeve to get in a stronger position of doing that. So what we need to understand is the middle of the hand should sit on top of the golf club. So the middle of the right hand should sit right on top of the left thumb. And if the left thumb isn't covered, then that's where the left thumb has a tendency to move. So make sure the right hand goes on top of the left hand. So finger placement, so we've got 3 different types of grip: baseball grip, interlock and overlap. I'm not too bothered about what one you grip or what way you grip the club. So there's no disclaimer to say that you need to grip it in different set aspects. We all have different hand sizes and all have different tendencies or weaknesses when I grip. So it's important to adopt the grip you feel comfortable and you can repeat the correct action every time. So we need to feel like that our hands are secure on the grip. I'm not too bothered about if you've got a correct grip and your hands loosen on the downswing and the backswing. So we need to have a secure grip where our hands don't move. If we have a secure grip, the club face aim doesn't move at all. Or it's not altered any time throughout the swing. So as long as your hands are in a secure position, then I'm not too bothered about how you grip the club. So we should grip it firm but very relaxed. So we don't want it tight. We want to hold it maybe pressure gauge, 10 being very strong, 1 being very light. We want to hold it about 2 or 3. So feel the weight of the club, feel it in your fingers. So disclaimer on grip, so I'm not too bothered about how tight or which way you position your hands, as long as you feel comfortable and as long as your hands are secure on the grip. So if I was doing a lesson and the golfer was struggling with club face aim or the direction of the ball in flight, I would have a look at the grip, what way they grip the club in order. A lot of faults are created from a poor grip, so if you grip the club differently from, let's say, a fellow golfer, then you're going to have 2 different ball flights depending on the way you manipulate that club face in order to achieve any success. So if I was to shake somebody's hand, I would always give somebody a firm handshake from square position. I would never shake somebody's hand like that or like that. Pretend that you're tossing a coin. So tossing a coin with your forefinger and thumb. You don't want to grip a hammer or gripping or we're flicking a 2-pence coin or cutting a knife. So we're using a knife to cut something. We would always put our forefinger, our thumb on our top of our forefinger, and they should not move, okay? So if I spoke about if the golfer had a fault with grip, that would affect club face aim. I would always look at that principle to start off with, because it does affect strikes. So our main goal today is trying to focus on that square position, get your hands in the correct position that's comfortable to you, and achieve the utmost success. So if you find that helpful, comment below or like the video, and if you find my tips helpful, subscribe to my channel at Allan Golf, follow me on 3 other social media platforms at Instagram, Allan Golf, Facebook and Twitter.